Steve Lucan, I'm even excited about watching this third period of hockey. The final 15 minutes from the Ice Garden with the Jefferson Jaguars and the Kennedy Eagles. Now at the score 3-2 with the Jaguars on top, because that goal with just a little bit more than a minute to go in the second period by Walinga should fire the Eagles up.
Yes, I think it will, but before this period starts, I'd like to ask you a non-hockey related question.
Uh-oh, here we go. And this coming from a guy going to IT at the university. I'm in trouble.
I am not the only one, I'm sure, in Bloomington who would like to know why you are no longer with Time Out.
Why I am no longer with Time Out. You must be referring to that ever-popular weekly sports show that
not so popular anymore.
BEC TV. It's the best there is. If you want to,
it was when you were there.
Catch up on, well, let me tell you, Lucan, I'm telling you, the compliments are accepted, and that's not true. That's not true. You haven't been watching Time Out. You got to watch Time Out to catch up on all the local action at the High School 11 of Normandale Community College.
Well, when you were there,
excellent job. Dan Johnson.
When you were there, at least Kennedy had a chance.
Excellent job. You're just unhappy because Kennedy isn't doing as well since I've gone. That's probably it. And you're such a loyal Kennedy fan.
Well, when you were there, all our Kennedy's sports teams had a lot better chance of getting picked as team of the week.
That was it, huh?
We'll just let it sit at that.
I have no loyalties. I'm here to watch a great third period of hockey, and I think we're going to see one as they drop the puck in the final 15 minutes of play from the Ice Garden. 3-2, Jaguars in the lead. And now we're going to have a call that's going to stop playing. We're going to have a face-off. Kennedy moving right to left. They are the home team tonight.
Yep. They got to get one soon, though.
It only takes one to tie this one up, Steve, and I'm sure they're going to be pushing for it, but the Jaguars have been playing well most of the night.
But then again, it only takes one to almost put it away.
2-0 now. Far board to Beersdorf. Past him, and it's picked up by Carlson at center ice. 2-0. 2-0 with the puck, bringing it across the blue line, centering pass. And that was just knocked off of the stick of Joe Decker, and here comes Finnerty on the return on the off wing. Drops it for Svensson, and he takes a shot from Greg Enos. Carnell Hall was open on the right wing, but a nice check by Greg Enos, and here comes 2-0 now back for the Eagles.
Ooh.
And he takes a dive on the freshly laid ice of the Ice Garden. The opening of those periods are always great for a few dives, Steve. You know, after that Zamboni's been out there, still a little bit wet and a little slick. As that pass goes right through the crease, that was Mark Brandt for Jefferson, and now Andrews is knocked off the puck and taken by Brock Rendahl behind the Kennedy goal. Rendahl there checked behind Kennedy goal, but he still has it. Rendahl with the puck looking for someone to center it to. Lehman now gains control. He's taken in by Brandt. And now Rendahl comes in, and they're going to freeze it up against the boards. And we'll have a face-off to the right of goalie Bruce Wilson.
Substitute we did not recognize immediately. We have in there on defense number 13, Mike Parent.
I think that's Parent's first shift of the night.
Yes, it is.
And now we have a wholesale change.
Ends almost as quick as it started.
Parent's not going to like you for mention. Every time you mention him, he probably gets Peterson change his lines, and he's done that here. Lavin out there now centering Patrick Beatty and Steve Harris rather, for the Jaguars. Beatty drops it back now for Mulligan, but it's knocked off his stick by Walinga. Walinga with both goals tonight for Kennedy. And down goes Scott Walker. Only picked up by number 5. That was Mulligan, and Beatty's hit it above the shoulders, and we'll have a face-off in the Jaguar end. 13:06 left to go in the final period. Jaguars on top 3-2. They've getting their goals tonight. Gian, Erickson, and Finnerty. Walinga's got both markers for Kennedy. Didn't happen to get a shots on goal statistic, did we, Luke, for that second period?
I don't seem to have it with me.
Maybe you can try and flag that one down, but here comes Walinga. Rink-wide pass, and that just goes underneath the stick of Tom McCarthy, and it goes up against the near boards in the corner. Puck is still loose. We can't see it much better along the near boards than you people can out there. The camera angles here at the Ice Garden, not what we'd like.
Yeah!
That puck trickled in past Scott Spangberg.
Jason Miller, sophomore, brother of former Eagle Dallas Miller, captain last year. And that puts it tied up. This is going to be some game, I said at the beginning, and it has been.
That was a surprising goal. It looked like Spangberg had made the saves and had it caught between his pads, but then we saw it trickle right over the goal line.
It seems to me, I think it went between his legs. There's that space between your skates, and I think that Miller just stuffed it in there. Unassisted on that one.
3-3, we have a tie hockey game here at the Ice Garden tonight.
That psych is coming back.
Kennedy with the last 2 goals, and they've taken the momentum in this hockey game. And here they come on the rush.
Yeah.
2-0. That's Beersdorf and a glove save by Spangberg.
Beersdorf likes to make those slap shots.
Well, you gotta like Steve Beersdorf. Plays with a lot of heart, both football and hockey. We watched him this past fall.
He had some real good games.
One of those undersized running backs who's got a lot of heart and a lot of guts. And he's a real competitor on the hockey rink as well. And a very valuable member of this Eagle hockey team.
He's a guy who just doesn't like to quit. I remember against St. Louis Park, he got over 100 yards, but he was upset because he didn't complete a pass.
Enos with a drive that goes over Spangberg. Puck back out at center ice. Svensson fighting there with Decker. And now the puck, this is Svensson. Svensson coming in, and that's saved by Wilson. A skate save by Bruce Wilson on Kurt Svensson. Now I guess it was Rendall. Was that Rendall or I couldn't tell if that was Svensson? I thought it was Svensson. But in either case, Wilson was equal to the task and made the save. Wilson has been very sharp.
I think we got a fan war here.
Yes, things are coming alive at the Ice Garden. These two teams both wanting this victory very, very badly.
It's getting so loud. I have headsets on and I still can't hear you.
Youngworth!
Oh!
A shot by Keister just went wide. Keister now into the near boards, and they'll have a face-off.
Another defensive change. Number 19, Kent Landreth out there.
That's his first shift tonight.
There
So
just
Jerry
hasn't been much in defense this game that Jerry Pearson had to shake him up somehow, and he's substituting now.
Well, he wants some fresh troops out there. He's rotating his entire club now.
Seems to be working at the beginning of this period.
He scored the last 2. Lehman out there now. On the draw against Mark Brandt for Jefferson. And they're going to yank them both. The 2 new guys in there to face off. One's going to be Brock Rendall. The other one will be Jeff Keister. You're looking at number 19. That's Landreth on his first shift for the Eagles in the bottom of your picture. Draw comes to Jefferson. It's poked out to center ice. This is Mark Brandt. Drops a pass and it goes behind Scott Erickson. And now on the return come the Eagles. Lehman with the puck. Setting it up. He centers and it's knocked away by Spangberg, where Keister picks it up behind the Jefferson Jaguar goal, and it comes loose. Puck is still loose. Back out to Landreth. Pokes it back in behind the net. Picked up there by Youngworth.
Yeah! Woo! Yeah!
4-3 Eagles.
But you got to remember, Tom, that there's a lot of game left. So let's not get too cocky too quick. But I believe that the momentum sure has swung.
The Eagles have come back and they have scored the last 3 goals in this hockey game. They now lead 4-3. Youngworth with the goal. Assisted by Benford. Wallinga with a hat trick.
Unbelievable showing by the sophomore today.
Wallinga with a hat trick for Kennedy. They're putting it back to back faster than we can announce it.
This is just unbelievable. Kennedy just totally dominating now. Spangberg gets pulled and he is ticked. Moran now going to be in goal for Jefferson. The score 5-3 with 10:18 left in this third period, and the Eagles are going wild.
Who got the assist? Did you hear? We want to give credit on the credit is due. Wallinga with the goal. And we do have a change of goaltenders now. Tim Moran is in there for the Jaguars, and Spangberg has been lifted by Coach Tom Souterdalen. Jaguars now trail by 2 goals. 5-3. It's been all Kennedy in this third period. Keane with a drive, and he scores! He scores! Oh my!
That's what I meant. There was lots of time left and it could swing back and forth. But the Kennedy Eagles still have the lead with 9:58 left in this third period.
That may have it did hit traffic. It was definitely a deflected shot. It would have gone wide, but it may have hit Steve Harris out in front. And we'll have to wait to see who gets credit for the goal. But the Jaguars now have cut the margin to 1.
This
2-0 down the right side. Carlson taking the puck away. Harris did get the goal on the deflection. Keane with an assist.
action's getting so hot, the ice is starting to melt.
All right, it's in the Kennedy end as they try and clear Carnell Hall now. Going in there for Jefferson. Hall in along the near boards. He's pinned up against the boards and we'll have a face-off to the right of goalie Bruce Wilson. It is now 5-4. And Luke, you talked about excitement earlier. We've got it right now, and this is the kind of game we expected tonight.
Yeah, it's been a fierce one, back and forth all this game. But there's a lot of time left, and we don't know what's going to happen.
Both teams showing an awful lot of character coming back from deficits. Jaguars fighting back. They had a 3-1 lead. And they're now trailing, and there's a shot that Wilson just turns aside, and a shot out in front. Wilson covers up.
Big save by Bruce Wilson. I think this game's going to ruin Spangberg's goals against average.
I don't think that Southerdown is too concerned right now, nor are the Jags about the goal against. But Spangberg, you're right. Spangberg was lifted after that 5th goal. We got a loose puck. Lehman coming in. Moran beats him to the puck. And here come the Jags on the return. Rendall drops it. And it's dropped for Erickson, but poked out to center ice. Keister now there trying to get control for the Eagles. Keister with control. But he loses the puck to Brand, who dumps it back out to center ice. Moran makes the save on that shot from near center ice, and here come the Jaguars. This is Mark Brandt. Erickson on the left. The shot. Oh, and that goes wide. Oh! As the action has really picked up here in the 3rd period. 5-4. Kennedy trying to protect a 1-goal lead with 8:28 left to go in regulation play.
Right now the momentum seems to be moving with the position of the puck.
Exactly.
Whenever it's in either end.
And that's why it's such a great hockey game right now. The face-off controlled by Kennedy. Benford shoves it around the boards. Wallinga takes a real hard shot from one of the Jags, and I think he's going to go in. We're going to have a charging call on Steve Harris. And Harris is going to go in as he hit Wallinga with a good shot. And so the power play unit comes out again for Kennedy.
That makes me happy. Any
we might have to get a
opportunity.
Jaguar for the next, to even you up a little bit. We'll have to have one of you guys on
Listen,
either side.
you weren't there, but last year in the section finals, it was Jefferson against us. And there were 2 people from Jefferson announcing, and just me. I think it's my chance to get back.
Well, you've been doing a great job of it. All right, we've got a face-off now outside the Eagle blue line. They have the manpower advantage. Harris in for 2 minutes on a charging call for the Jaguars as they set it up. This is Benford. Nice play by Svensson, but Benford regains control. He's knocked off the puck along the far boards, but it's kept in there by Tracy Lehman. Carlson back, but it's taken away now. Kennedy with the puck. 2-0 at the point. The drive, and that one is deflected. Nice save by Spangberg. Kept in the zone by Andrews. He's bumped off the puck, and now it's driven back into the Kennedy end by, well, it looked like it was Svensson out there who drove that one in. And Kennedy tries to return on the rush. Eagleston make that for Jefferson, who drove that into the Kennedy end. This time the puck is knocked off one, and we're going to have a call on that one as Harris We're going to have a call as Scotty Erickson. That was a good penalty by Benford. There will be no penalty shot. Benford with a smart penalty. 2 minutes for a tripping call. Yes, there will be a penalty shot. Excuse me, there will be a penalty shot. They are ruling that Erickson had a clean breakaway, and Benford pulled him down from behind, so there is going to be a penalty shot.
This is what you call the ultimate test of a goalie.
I guess you could say that.
Dallas Miller in the state finals last year brought Kenny back into the game on a shot, on a penalty shot where he scored.
All right, let's set it up. The score is 5-4, Kennedy lead. 7:21 left to go in this, the third period. But now Jefferson has it on a platter. They can tie it up. Erickson was tripped by Benford as he came in, was coming in all alone on Wilson. And now Wilson, as you look, well, we can see him. You don't see him on your screen. You see the official talking to Erickson, explaining to him the situation and the rule. Erickson must make progress towards the net at all times as he moves in all alone. Wilson can come out of the crease the minute that Erickson touched the puck. And here comes Erickson. Yeah! The The save! Woo! The save by Wilson. Wilson made the save on the penalty shot, and the Eagles maintain their 1-goal lead.
The Kennedy fans just exploded after that save. And for good reason. That's a lot better than having them get the chance with the penalty. Although you'd rather have the penalty than a penalty shot in most cases.
Tell Mike not to stand up.
Of course, that wipes out the penalty on Benfer. He suffered the penalty shot, so both teams will be at full and equal strength. And they'll be talking about that penalty shot depending upon the outcome of this hockey game tonight. Jefferson still maintains control. Svensson is pushed in against the boards, and Tousignant picks up the loose puck now, and here comes Danny Tousignant. Tousignant for the Eagles. Tousignant on the roll, and he has knocked off the puck. Decker, however, gets control. Now behind Moran. Eagleston back, comes out in front, knocked ahead, but kept in by Benford, and almost. Erickson almost came up with that loose puck, and he would have had a 2-on-1. That's Tracy Lehman along the far boards for Kennedy. Drops it back to the point, and Andrews is there. Andrews has it knocked away from him, and now it's dumped in by Eggleston, and back for it go the Eagles. 6:23 left to go in the hockey game. The Eagles lead 5-4, and Andrews drives it in. Guillen and Beersdorf, there's a mismatch, and that puck is frozen up against the boards. We'll have a face-off. You know, though, Luke, I think if you talk to, I'd like to see percentages on the number of times, percentage-wise, that a goal is scored on a penalty shot. I think people would be surprised that it is not higher than what it is. I can't believe that it's a very high percentage. Yes. And you would think they'd be able to score, obviously, with the type of offensive players that you've got. And the fact he's coming in one-on-one all alone, you play for that type of play the whole game. But I don't think it's as great as people would think. Carnell Hall with the puck for Jefferson, and he has it ridden away by Mike Parent.
Yep, Parent back in on defense again.
Puck at center ice where it's picked up there by Mulligan, and it's going to have
forwarding of the puck, I believe it was.
Forwarding of the puck, of course, on number 15, co-captain Kurt Svensson.
Thank you.
Another line change for
well, look,
the Eagles.
I think we may be headed for a big 5 minutes here as we look at the final 5 and 49 seconds left to go in this third period. Both teams have got to be a little bit tired, I would think, right now. They've been going at an incredible pace this third period.
I think I see the strategy of Jerry Peterson right now, Coach Peterson. He's using those defensive players who don't play too often because they're the backups, and giving the starters an extra chance for rest. And I think it's been paying off.
Moran back to stop behind his own net. Mark Brandt coming in to help out Carlson. Youngworth in there now along with Tracy Lehman for Kennedy, and Carlson comes out with it. Make that Brandt. Brandt on the rush. He's got Erickson on the left. The drive, and that one hits traffic. And it's knocked down. We should see an icing call perhaps on this one. And we will get an icing call as it's driven the length of the ice, and they'll bring it back down into the Kennedy end. As the Jaguar fans were calling for
illegal advancement of the puck.
Well, a control call. They thought that the Kennedy defenseman had gloved it.
It was Youngworth.
Such was not the call. However, the icing call does bring it back down into the Kennedy end. 5:17 left to go in the third period, and the Jefferson Jaguars still trying to get a goal. They trail 5-4. And except for about 5 explosive minutes for Kennedy, Jefferson was really the aggressor in most of this hockey game.
I think it's been going with the position of the puck in this third period.
No question about it, as out comes Decker. He's got it to Tuzano. Tuzano coming in. Not enough room for him to operate, and it goes behind the net, and back come the Jags on the rush. This is Svensson. He's got Carnell Hall on the left. Sends it to the right. And Finnerty was unable to get to the puck, and now end-to-end action here at the Ice Garden. Decker coming in. Decker, and a great save by Moran, and he stops the rebound.
It was a break just like that when Joe Decker scored against Burnsville to tie it up at 1-1. That game eventually a tie. The only game that in the Lake South that the Eagles have not lost so far. They want to win bad, and who better to get it against than Jefferson? They're inner city rivals.
Inner city rivals. Yep, no question about it. 5-4. Kennedy trying to hold on. And a nice save on a shot right off the faceoff. Moran making the save, and he's been outstanding since replacing Spanberg early in the third period.
Eagles just taking every chance to put on more pressure.
Wallinga going for goal number 4. He's got 3 tonight. And here he comes, backhand shot, and that one is knocked away by Carlson, the defenseman, who comes behind his own net and regains control for the Jags. This is Harris. He gets around Andrews, but the puck is back to the blue line, and now here comes Kennedy on the return. McCarthy, centering pass, nothing but blue jerseys there, and back comes Pat Beatty. Beatty now for the Jags. The drive, and that one just goes wide. Wallinga, and he shoots it into the Jefferson end as both teams now change lines. Harris drops it for Brandt, who just stepped out on the ice. He's kept by Andrews. And now here comes Guillen, who's ridden off the puck. Link wide pass is knocked down at the blue line, and Guillen now down the right side for the Jaguars. He's bumped by Benfer, and Benfer goes to the ice. Lehman's now with the puck. Nice move by Lehmans. He gets control along the far boards, ridden off the plate. Here comes Guillen. Guillen has it knocked off his stick, and Keister's back there to get it out to Lehmans at center ice. And here comes Youngworth, and he's...
Oh! That has got to be the most terrible play I've seen.
Easy, big fella. Easy.
He took him right in the gut with that stick.
And we're going to have a 2-minute penalty. That's going to go against the Jaguars.
That's the kind of stuff we do not need in hockey.
You've got to be kidding me.
The pros can keep that kind of stuff.
You've got to be kidding me. Now let's go easy on that. That was not as flagrant as many of the penalties we see out here. It was a good call.
That was the most flagrant one
penalty
we had
on
all
Scott
night.
Erickson. You've got to be fair now. Come on, Wheels.
That was. You admit it. Admit it. That was the most flagrant.
We're going to have to take away your membership in the Mickey Mouse Club broadcasting team along with me. We got to be unbiased here, buddy.
I'll be unbiased with anybody, but when it comes to these two teams, there's no way I can be unbiased. Just have to pardon me for the 2 games a year, but there's no way I can be unbiased now.
Erickson in there 2 minutes, and with all due respect to Scott Erickson, that was a hooking call. And as many penalties as you see, it sometimes is not as flagrant as it might look on the television.
It looks even more flagrant live.
Well, it's a good penalty. Erickson had to take it because the pass was there and it might have led to a goal. Oh, centering pass intended for Tuzano. And now shorthanded, but here come the Jaguars. Svensson, no offside call as Svensson takes it in. Finnerty in there now to try and regain control, but the Eagles come up with it. Benford drops it back behind his own net. Finnerty in there now, fighting with Andrews. They spin around, and now down goes Svensson, goes down. We have less than 3 minutes to play in this hockey game, and Jefferson trails 5-4. The Eagles clinging to that 1-goal lead. That 2 minutes of explosiveness in the third period has brought them this margin. Andrews now trying to set it up out in front of Decker, and the shot is on goal. Loose puck, but coming up with it now is Tommy Carlson for the Jaguars. Carlson with it, and his shot just goes wide. He's taken into the boards. Puck is still loose now. 2 minutes to play in this hockey game. Andrews now with the puck behind his own end. 37 seconds left to go in the penalty.
I think the Eagles are just trying to kill time now.
And there's going to be an offside call. Offside call outside the Jaguar blue line. 24 seconds left to go on the penalty.
Mike Perrin out there again on defense. Out there with Greg Enos trying to give Andrews the rest.
So the Jaguars will have a situation where they will be at equal strength with about 1 minute and 9 seconds left
Coach
to go.
Peterson trying to call a timeout out there. And now Dan Tusino gives it to the ref. And we got a timeout by Kennedy.
5-4, the Jaguars trying to find a way to score there. Operating under a distinct disadvantage, however, in the closing moments of this hockey game. Erickson, Scott Erickson, co-captain's in there for 2 minutes for hooking. And he has 24 more seconds to sit out. When he gets out, there will be 1 minute and 9 seconds left to go in this hockey game, and the Jaguars trail 5-4. And it was an explosive third period, we said, as Kennedy ripped off 4 unanswered goals. Wallinga, Miller, Youngworth, and again Wallinga in that second period, and that made it 5-3. Then Harris came back on an assist from Guillen at 5:02 of the third period to make it 5-4. That cut the lead to 1, and that's where it's been for about the last 8.5 minutes. But it has not been a boring 8.5 minutes by any means, Steve Lucan. We've seen a lot of action tonight.
I think it's just been on a straight upward climb to a complete climax here in the third period. But the action isn't dropping off as it would in a book.
All right. Erickson is back in the penalty box. The timeout is over. See who's out there. We've got Brandt out there. He's out there with Mike Mulligan on one wing. Looks like Rendall on the other wing for the Jaguars. Tuzano, of course, has got his line out there, his power play line. With Beersdorf and with Joe Decker. This is Tuzano. The drive. The save. Tuzano gets it again. Another shot. Another save. The puck is loose and they're banging away. Both teams now back at full and equal strength with Erickson out. But we have only 1 minute left to go in the hockey game. The Jags are going to have to pull Moran. They're going to have to pull Moran. Look for Moran to come out on this next rush.
Kennedy's trying to keep it in because that way they don't give Moran a chance to get pulled. Here come the
Jaguars. Tuzano loses his stick. Moran is still in the net. Moran is still in the net.
42 seconds left.
And now Moran is going to be yanked. Tom Soderdahl most likely is going to take Moran out for a 6th attacker on the ice, as we'll have a face-off in the Kennedy end. Boy, it's not bad coming back to do a hockey game once in a while on BEC TV, huh, Luke?
You're always welcome. You're always welcome, and I hope you'll be back again. If not for maybe one of the Edina or Burnsville games, at least for the next game against Jefferson.
All right, 42 seconds left to go in this hockey game. Lehman squaring off against Benson. Andrews now with a puck. The net is empty for Jefferson. Moran has been pulled. 33 seconds left to go. There's an icing call. You see the empty net. You see the empty Jefferson net. Right now they have 6 attackers out on the ice, and they'll bring it back down for a face-off out in front of Bruce Wilson.
This is one of the most hairiest times in all hockey games, is when
everybody's on their feet. Benson out there, Hall's out there, Erickson, all the attackers out there for Jefferson. Guillen and McCarthy, the firepower at defense.
Lehman in for the face-off.
Brandt is out there. for Jefferson. There's a shot from the point. That was Finnerty, and it was deflected. Less than 30 seconds now left to go in this hockey game. Lehman's getting control, but now it's picked up by Finnerty. Centering pass. Comes out to Erickson. His shot is deflected. Big save. Puck is still loose. And here comes Keith Finnerty next at the center ice. 10 seconds. 9 seconds. Carnell Hall. Hall is upended at the blue line. The drive. That should do it. It's all over. Kennedy has defeated the Jags. It's all over, as you see now. A very happy Kennedy Eagle hockey team shaking hands with a very game Jaguar hockey team. I can't believe it. What a hockey game.
I think a very happy Jerry Peterson walking off the ice right now.
Well, we see him shaking hands with Tom Soderdahl. Those two coaches have done a heck of a job, and congratulations go to both these hockey teams.
It's just some excellent hockey
What
here.
a third period. What a hockey game. We've come to expect it from these two teams.
Now to
Steve
answer
Lucan.
a few questions for Mr. Beneman here.
Let's first get to some of the statistics while they are still fresh in our minds. And what a great game it was. Both teams came out flying. Kennedy with the first goal of the evening. Wallinga to get his first goal. Mark Wallinga at 1:32 of the first period. That was the first of his 3 goals tonight. He got the hat trick. He was assisted by Walker, and that made it 1-0 Kennedy. Jefferson came back to tie it up in the first period. Rick Guillen assisted from Erickson and Brandt at 7:27. Then closing out scoring in the first period and giving the Jaguars a 2-1 lead. Erickson, who scored unassisted, Scott Erickson, co-captain, put it in the net. That was at 14:40, very late, but it made it 2-1 Jaguars. In the second period, the Jaguars came out flying. Mike Finnerty getting an assist from Carnell Hall at 3:53. And the Jaguars at that point had a 3-1 lead, and they looked very much in command of things. But I think what turned out to be a very important goal, as you called it, Steve Lucan, just before the end of the second period, the one that really gave some momentum back to Kennedy and led to that explosion in the third period, was Mark Wallinga for his second goal of the night, assisted from Tom McCarthy at 13:25, and that made it 3-2 at the end of the second intermission. And then it all broke loose as far as the Kennedy Eagles were concerned. Jerry Peterson's team came out and scored 3 unanswered goals in the third period. Miller, Youngworth, and Wallinga all scored at 2:26, 4:22, and 4:42. Assists on that. 1 assist, that was on the Youngworth goal by Pat Benford. There were some assists on the Wallinga goal. We don't have those for you. But that was Wallinga's third goal in the hat trick. It looked then like the momentum obviously had shifted the other way, and now it was Kennedy that was very much in control. They only had to weather another 9 minutes and they'd have the hockey game. But Jefferson by no means made it easy, as Harris came back to hit it. Steve Harris at 5:02. Guillen getting assist. Guillen had a heck of a game defensively and offensively, I thought, for Jefferson tonight. 5:02 in the third period. That made it 5-4, and that's how it ended. But it sure was an explosive 9 minutes of hockey after that one. And as we saw it here tonight, it came down to the Jefferson goalie being pulled. We saw a penalty shot that wasn't converted. Erickson unable to beat Wilson, who was outstanding tonight in the net in that second and third period. And so that brings those records as we get ready to sign off here tonight. Let's get them updated because these two teams are going to be seeing some rating changes, certainly. Jefferson now at 9-4. Kennedy winning their first Lake Conference South hockey game tonight, and they now make it 8-3-1. Any final comments before we wrap it up, Steve?
Well, yes.
Say something nice about Jefferson. You know, this is your opportunity, the first time in your life. Kennedy's won tonight, okay, so you don't have to be the gloating victor. And the Jaguars put on a heck of a contest. Why don't, for the first, will this happen here tonight? Could this be a first? Could we hear you say something nice about Jefferson tonight?
Well, yes. I guess I could say one thing. When Jefferson played against our JV, we won. When they played our varsity, we won. What I can say is I'm appreciative that they showed up for the games, even though they knew they were going to lose well ahead of time.
I think that the Eagles are going to have, rather the Jaguars, are going to have something to say to you and the Eagles, because this season's a long ways from over and these two teams are going to end up playing again.
I think I might hear from some of the Jefferson fans later this week, sometime late at night.
All right, Wheels, you're running out of time. We want to thank you for joining us here at the Ice Garden tonight. And I promise you that we might have some Jaguar representation next time on BEC TV when we have this next matchup. Again, ladies and gentlemen, the final score from the Bloomington Ice Garden tonight, an exciting hockey game that finds Kennedy defeating the Jefferson Jaguars 5-4. Thank you, everyone, and good night.